Check. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here and sharing your most precious asset with me. And that is your time. Shout out to each and every one of you jumping on into the live. Hope you're having a wonderful day. Please review the ETH chart. That damn Sasquatch ate all the kids' lunches. Lifer is king. I'm ready to be bedazzled. My man Lifer in the house. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Let's have a wonderful Monday morning. Back at it like we are. I can't believe I traveled all day yesterday, still hit some of the biggest gains in the game. We woke up again to the biggest gainer on KuCoin. I don't know how we do it. It's pretty absurd. We had Doge 3L. Then I even put out a coin this morning. It's already up and banging on them. Look at LISC too. LSK, an oldie but goodie from back in the day. Used to trade that in 2017. LISC was a new upcoming coin back then. Wow. Let's take a look at the charts. Let's take a look at the day. So LISC up 27.5%. We'll get that extra camera up next in a couple days. If you guys like it so much, we'll get it back on again. LISC banging on them. Up 27.5% is the winner, right? But again, that's just like, this is overall fiat. We got like the gems on KuCoin that nobody knows about. Last night, if you were in the trading group, we talked about Doge. We put out Doge at 12:15 a.m. Look at this. If you were in the trading group, I just like to go over the gains right at the beginning. If you had paid your $99 and decided to be in here, right? This is what you would have seen, all right? So look, Metis hit, MTS hit for gains too. This is from an elite charter. Took 5 days to go 22 points. But look at this, 124.4% last night. Put it out at 12:13 a.m. inside of a falling wedge on the 15-minute. This thing would blast. And then Doge 3L put inside this channel. It's basically a symmetrical triangle bull pennant. And this would blast up for 14% gains. Posted these both. If you check it out, look. And I can't fake these timestamps, and I have 600 people to prove it. So I could go in a court of law with this. But look, I mean, I'm about to go to sleep last night, and instead of going to bed, I'm pushing. Even though I traveled all day, I was extremely exhausted, and I started scanning the market. And I said, there's got to be something in there. And I saw UTC, and I said, possible move coming for USTC, which is Terra Luna Classic, okay? Which is Terra Classic, all right? We're looking at Bitcoin as well. We gave a pretty good assessment. If this can stay in a flag, we could push to the upside. We would go, come back, get rejected again by the same trend line. We're going to talk about Bitcoin in a second, of course. But this, I mean, so you get the before here, right there, and then you can see the after. This thing would absolutely, USTC, this thing would blast to the upside. Look at this. And no stop loss got hit directly after my post. Look at that. It would never go down. So you buy right there, it would never go down. This thing would go up on a wick, 124%. And it's still holding 42% gains if you woke up and got sloppy and decided not to sell. And honestly, the 15 minutes in a flag yet again, touching the 21 move. At this point, I would probably walk away. We've taken so much out of this. We looked at it here. I first put it out just two mornings ago. Sunday morning, a total, and you've been able to limit order out. Probably that wick was fast, but a total of 200% gains since June 26th. I don't know who else is out there, but the rest of the market is, I see a lot of people whining and crying. We are making money every single day here in this trading group, and I'm not lying. It's just like the proof is in the pudding here. I don't take days off, and I think that's the reason. Other trading groups, they probably take a day or two off. They lose a little piece of the market during those 2 days, and then it takes 2 days to get back into the zone. Every time you leave a market from doing your analysis, man, my boy's looking official. What's up, big dog? Shout out to Big Irish. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you for jumping on in, sharing your most precious asset with me, and that is your time. I mean, there's a chance this does continue back to the upside again. I'm saying it's a little extended at this point. You got a little bit of bearish divergence because that's a harder swing up. It's like a class C or B bearish. My pattern on Bitcoin playing out. We talked about on Saturday, I believe. Shout out to Cars and Crypto. I like you, ADHD guy. Running charts, energy. Shout out to Verdugo, man. Thank you so much for coming on in, dude. Appreciate you. So there you go. USTC blasting. And this is the channel to be at. I don't know, go to all the other channels. Did they give you this? Did you make have a chance to make 124% gains? Then there's the Doge chart. And I'm able to sniff out the patterns because I have pattern recognition. That's what it is. At the end of the day, it's all about pattern recognition, and the pattern starts. So I saw this last night, and if you use the replay tool, you can't use it on the 3Ls, I believe. You can on this one. And so even before that, I saw it underneath this. Posted it at 12:15. Looks scrumptious to me. Looked like it could make a bit of a move. Was waiting for the 50-minute to possibly reset, but that 1 hour looked really, really nice. And this thing would blast to the upside for gains. All right? So, and honestly, it's not done yet. It still has legs on the 1 hour. No reason why I don't believe it can't hit the target and more. Doge making waves. And if you click on this and you see the biggest gainers of the day, you see USDC is the top gainer of the day, and Dogelon is the second top gainer. It was last night, you know. ZCX, okay, and Luna Classic. Now, Luna Classic will pump. USDC will pump a little better than Luna, and you'll get that move. We talked about STX too yesterday in this channel here. I liked it, and it was making a flag right here. I talked about this. This thing would blast to the upside all the way for gains. Look at that, 31% gains. I was looking at STX recently. So massive gains all over the market if you know where to look, all right? Morpheus Labs getting a bit of a move out of a falling wedge here. See, I can't get them all. Like, I can't get them all, and that's why we have a group of traders in the trading group that are always also going after it. Look, we talked about CHZ here in the cup and handle, breaking to the upside and going up 14% gains, and it would go up even more. Never hit the stop loss. I gave you this cup and handle. Nailed it. Shout out to anyone that took CHZ in the trading group. And I'm just falling over gains now. Just tripping over them. And this is what we do here, you know. We look for, and look at here. Give it on 622. Soccer NFT play. Falling wedge, cup and handle. Holding the 0.93 on support or resistance. The 2-hour SR is low. The 4-hour SRS lows. Hidden bullish divergence. And in the final part of the pattern, the 50-minute is oversold. Set alerts, right, for the perfect entry. Comment stop loss under the second support below entry. Potential profit 13. Not financial advice, right? So this was given on 622. And you can see how beautiful the chart was. Clean and easy. There's your before. And then I want to check the time that we went over that. But this is what you get in the trading group. This is the experience that you're going through. And you're going to learn how to do this yourself. You're going to become one of us. You're going to make the little green checks. You're going to have a perfect little play, and you're going to say, wow, look at my play that played out. So on 622 at 714, right? 642 at 714. Amazing, amazing, amazing. We have Chili's here, and you can click on it and see it exactly what it is, and bang. And I just do this. I'm working with you guys. I start my live stream, and I go over what we went over yesterday. I want the gains, baby. I want to see what's happening out there in the gain section. You know, I want to make sure I'm not full of old shoes and that my setups are playing out without stop losses getting hit. No stop loss got hit in the making of this trade. And that was a Sammy cup and handy to the upside. Can you believe the way he did that? Triple flip dip with an around the world triple scoop, double chocolate syrup slam all the way to the upside. Shout out to each and every one of you for being here. Sammy cup and handy to the upside. 21.5% in total, but it hit the target nonetheless. And I'm talking about trades that made gains over and over and over and over again. No stop loss got hit in the making of this trade. You know, 21% total gains, right? And that's about right now where we're at, like, you know, right now. So we call it that at 10:19 p.m. or 10:19 a.m. on 6/27. And that's before and afters, baby. That's before and afters. Okay, let's get into Bitcoin. Shout out to everybody that may or may not have made gains last night in the trading group. Stay aware, man. Maybe you sleep more than me. I don't sleep a lot. Look at Bitcoin taking a nasty dump as it broke through the point of control, could not get above it. And let's take a look at that. Yeah, the 1 hour still had room to go down. I didn't see the reason why I couldn't dump. And look at this shoulder, head and a shoulder. You broke the neckline. And forgive me for not going over Bitcoin, but look, it was in a rising wedge. And it was overbought on the stochastics. I mean, how many times have you heard me say this on my live stream? It was also at a point of, you know, a resistance level that it had been having trouble getting above. See this right here? Pretty, you know. Let's take a look here. So look, we call this a bearish retest. When I was doing my assessment, I said that's a second bearish retest. I would definitely short that. You know, you bearish retest there, you secondary bearish retest again. This is a rising wedge. Rising wedges break down. I even said, watch out for this to be an M pattern, even though it's not the best M. I don't know if you remember last night, we said the same thing. Someone was saying you like my stuff, and I said, and look for the M to go back down to 20,000, right? There's your measured move to this area here, coinciding with the next range, okay? You blew through the point of control. You needed to bounce there. When you did not get a bounce and this started to fall through, look, you go to a smaller time frame. 5-minute bounce. So they faked the bounce. Look, they faked the bounce out of the rising wedge. But then stochastics teach you. Look, stochastics made a high here. So you mark your high. And it's all about when the stochastics go above the dotted line, where was the high? I'm telling you, like, just listen to me. This is so key. And this is how I'm figuring out all the trades that I just put out last night and that hit, because I'm figuring out where they are with stochastics RSI in conjunction with each other, okay? Now, and look, false move Monday too. Remember that, false move Monday. Didn't I also say be careful trading Sunday night into Monday morning? Most volatile time to trade. Worst time to trade. Absolutely, worst time to trade. I'll tell you the best days are Wednesday and Thursday. We had a really good Friday and Saturday night too as well trading these markets. Sunday wasn't too shabby as well. You know what I'm saying? We woke up to gains. Saturday night was actually amazing, you know? So you look at this and you realize this was the rising wedge here. This one, here's your top, here's your bottom. You bearishly retested, you came back. You bounced off this support because you were supposed to. This is your previous support at 21,000. So when you look at that and you're thinking about it, you're like, okay, well, you fall out, you bearishly retest. You fall to the downside, you hit possible double bottom, you come back up, you bearishly retest the same trend line again, trying to get back into the rising wedge, okay? Desperately trying to get back into the rising wedge, and you cannot. That is a red flag, and you're in a rising wedge with the 1 hour overbought, all right? 15-minute was kind of down here, trying to make a hopeful move, but again, just because it's down here, there could be momentumous moves down there. That's what beginners don't realize. When you're above the dotted line, big moves can happen. Still room to go down on the 1 hour. Nasty sell-off for Bitcoin, all right? And look, it is an M. See that? I don't care how messy it is. There's your set. And look, shoulder, head, shoulder. Let me point it out just for the beginners out there that may not know what we're talking about here. But it made a right shoulder and was ready to dump. You see? Bang, bang, bang. Just our areas got broken. Want to delete these, not the point of control. So we lost the point of control, super important. See, there it was right there. And once you lose points of control, you're likely to roll all the way down here to the liquidity grab. And honestly, when a rising wedge breaks down, it breaks down all the way to the base of the triangle. So right here is my circle. That's why I circled 19,750, 760 is the area. How do you continue up? What do you figure out? Go to the 5-minute. Just like when we're trying to figure out if we're bullish or bearish, you're looking for a bear pennant now on the 5. And you're looking for this to continue to the downside. How would it not? You're looking for a possible inverted head and shoulder to dig you out. So like, these are the two patterns at play. Sometimes they're the same pattern. You see? You break down to the bearish flag, and then you make the head of the inverted, and you break back out to the upside. All right? Aha, interesting, right? So we project that into the future. We'll watch Bitcoin on the 5-minute chart here. It's really going to tell us what's happening. You want to see a bit of a bounce. Now we could V-shape recovery here too. I've seen this become the inverted, and this is really what you would want. You want the V-shape recovery right back to the upside. You want the 15-minute to bounce right back up to the upside, all right? But watch the 5-minute. This is really going to tell you what kind of flag you're making, what kind of structure you're beginning to make. Monday morning dumpage. Monday morning dumpage. And let's do a clean chart here and look at Bitcoin clean. Look at the all-time history index. Look, that rising wedge we said would break to the upside. It did. Measured move was a little higher, but it did exactly that. So look, I like to delete everything and do a freestyle with the group. Shipping ripped for a couple 100% in the last 24 hours. Almost got in at a 50% up, but it looked done. Loving your math. Shout out to Zeph Brew, my man, in the game. Shout out to everybody here. Shout out to all my moderators. Shout out to everybody showing up. Shout out to the Blue Crew. Love learning. Rodney Robinson, the real dad bod. Anku Kutsi Butsu. Seamaz in the house. East Jordan. And every single one of you guys. Philippe, my man. David, Kendall, and everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Stack McChain, Scotty Swing. If you're here to learn how to make money in crypto, it's a pretty good idea. People try to show you how to make money. We're going to teach you the ways of the world. We're going to teach you the ways of the charts so you yourself can become a master of the charts. Shout out to each and every one of you for being here. 175 likes and 457 viewers. That's just not cool. Not when you're posting gains every single morning and people are fiending to get in. They're wondering, what is this special sauce? Can I get the likes up to the watchers? So I have to ask for it? So crazy. You know, the lifers are people that just hit that like button. I know you're going to hit it. You just may have been forgotten. You're enamored. You see the suit. You see the shiny pocket square. You're just like, you're hearing the voice. You're just like totally, you're starstruck. You can't even move. You're like, I get it. I get it. It's okay. Grab some water. Grab some water. Splash it on your face. It'll take you out of that, like, you know, oh my God, the lifer. I just can't believe it, right? It'll break that. And then you'll be like, all right, I got to hit the like button. I'll get back into the zone. You know what I'm saying? It's just not the lifer way to have 460 people at 175. I've just never seen it. Very strange. That's like some beginner YouTube stuff. We're veterans of the game here. Everybody have a big glass of water. I don't have the lemon in it today because I don't have any lemons. I don't have a wife here. I need to get myself to the shopping center, get myself some things. The shopping center, funny. To the grocery store, get myself some stuff. I will tell you, when you break above the 200-day moving average on the weekly chart, it does show the beginning of a bull run, right? Right here, when we finally got a weekly candle to close above the 200, we were gone. Right there, too, we never even closed below. We just hung out right on it. We went a little bit below it in 2015. I said 15. Yeah, I said 15. 2015. 2015. Okay. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Tell your friends, tell your family, this is the place to be if you want to make money in the markets. We're going to short, we're going to long. It does not matter. As Bitcoin dumped this whole time, we've taken massive gains out of the market. And we don't hit every single trade. Of course, not every trade hits. It's impossible. But I'm telling you right now, like my last two last night, 2 for 2. You see what I'm saying? Like the 2 last things I posted before I went to bed hit for gains. So before I went to bed, I was like, man, this is what I see. This is what I see. So as we showed you before, this is our last leg of lamb, our last line of defense here for Bitcoin is about 17,500 where we hit, because you have this little notch over here where we had a little bit of consolidation. And so that's going to kind of hold us. 2 week is extremely oversold. I keep raving about this. This is a falling wedge, wants to break back to the upside. However, we could even just break back up here to this resistance point and nothing could happen. And we may continue bearish. Right now we're getting bearishly rejected by the 200. See, we try to get above it there with a wick. Now we have a rejection candle. So right now the 200 is acting as resistance for BTC. All right. So just something to think about on the weekly chart. Now I love my 2 week. That's why I accumulate BTC, accumulate. But what I am right now is watching the daily, that it's overbought again and it didn't make a previous high. Same thing happened here. The daily got high, but you didn't make a high higher than this high. So in my mind, like, you're just doing the same exact thing. You could even grab a fractal on this from Bar's pattern here, slap it on there. And to me, we're basically doing the exact same thing again. So if Bitcoin rolls over here and starts to just, you know, and you don't make a previous high, which is looking to be the case, it's just more likely you're going to drop to the downside here, okay? This downside's bigger because you don't have the 17,000 hold off. Like, either you double bottom at 17, you know, we zoom in here, either you come down and double bottom. Also, look, a rising wedge on the daily, now breaking to the downside. I showed this too, and look, that could be the length of the pole. That's $8,800 Bitcoin. I mean, what a beautiful, that would be amazing. To be able to grab 2 Bitcoins for $16,000, unbelievable. So I'm keeping some cash on the sidelines for BTC. What I don't like about it, look, you have rising price with falling volume. It's very likely this is going to dump to the downside based on this idea. All right. Yeah, even you could try to say falling volume, falling, you know, reversal. I get it. And there's mixed signals. Anything could happen, okay? Right now, I do trust the 4 hour, and I play the 4 hour. Every time the 4 hour is low, I do not short. Right there, price did go up. Not a good look to short. Right there, price went up. Not a good look to short. right here. Price did go up a little bit. Once you got high above the dotted line and you didn't go above the previous high, that's when you short. At resistance. And at the top of a rising wedge. Now you're starting to see what's going on. Now it's starting to make sense. Now you're picking up what I'm putting down, so to speak. Okay? So I don't like what I'm seeing here. You can try to like put it back in this wedge, but to me it fell out. Like clean fallout, strong red candle. And you can see this right here just pushed down and a massive dump to the downside here. So be careful. Be careful for sure. Be very careful right now. All right. And look, you even have a head and a shoulder here on the 4-hour time frame. That will give you a measured move from the head to the neckline. That coincides with this area here back at the next support region at 19,900, where the M, see this is an M2, and the M would take you the same place. You get it? All right. Makes sense? All right. So let's take a look at the 1 hour. Still has momentum to the downside. What do I see happening in the next few hours? I mean, look at that. Bearish retested the downside. Got a nasty dump. All the 3S tokens won a little bit of a move. Let's take a look at MITX 3S. That's a token I was looking at. And thank you so much for hitting that like button, each and every one of you. Thank you for sharing your most precious asset with me and coming on in. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here. There's money to be made in this market. I don't know where everybody is. Everyone got wrecked, got depressed. There's money to be made in this market. So look, we talked about the MITX short breaking out of an inverted head and shoulder to the upside. Look at this. The measured move is right there. Look, it played out exactly. That's just not all the way, but pretty close. Look at that. 32% gains. And it wasn't easy. It came up, came down, but it bounced again off resistance. And the MITX 3S. And we talked about this. We went over this. I said how MITX had pumped, on that crazy pump, and said the most likely idea, the most likely coin to short would be MITX. All right? And I know you'd be like, you're looking at me funny, but look, this is also a bit of a cup. Look, there's a shoulder head and a shoulder inside of that. But that's a cup and a handle. And shabby cup and handy to the downside. That cup and handle broke all the way down there. You grab the measured move. You swing that on and says, you're not done yet. But, I mean, you see how cup and handles go boom to the upside. A little bit more room here on the 1 hour time frame. Lack of bearish momentum, and you got the blast to the upside for MITX 3S. Shout out to anyone that jumped into MITX 3S. See, we trade it anyway. And we started shorting MITX down here on the right here because it was just like, it was time. It was time. All right. Okay. What a night. What a night last night. And I'm still a bachelor. No, I'm not. But I'm still alone right now. Just so you guys know, I'm still alone at home. I'm home alone doing my thing. MITX 3S almost at... And look, my team keeps up with what I'm talking about. Look at Sean 05549, right? Look at up 15% since. My man Sean banging on him, right? Sean staying on it because I'll post something, but then we got other people. Look at how many people. MITX 3S reset. MITX 3S 623. 623. Funny. We were looking at it 3-4 days ago. So my team is early on the birdie. You see what I'm saying? You see how it plays out? Pretty insane. We were looking at calamari last night. I wonder what happened to calamari. Wow, this thing it really did pump out of that channel again, just as we suggested. I can't be stopped today. I don't know. Some days you're on, I guess. When it rains, it pours. 13% gains. Just showing up to the channel. We put things on your radar live that pump live in front of people. I don't see this happen on other channels every single day. And people are like, oh, he's pompous. He's talking about himself. I'm not. I'm just describing what's actually happening. If that looks ridiculous, it is what it is. Also, we have a little thing called hidden bullish divergence, and it's like 90% accurate. It plays out really well. There you have a swing up to swing up, but this swing up is not as sharp on the 15 RSI. That is hidden bullish divergence. Get your settings bar on there. And I love the templates. Shout out to Rainier for showing me this. You're the best, dude. and hidden bullish divergence right there, and boom. Look at that. Doesn't mean we're going to continue all the way up. We might double top and make an M. It's more likely we will, and what will happen there, you'll have, if you pump up higher than this, if you pump up anywhere like to here, you're going to get bearish divvy confirmed. Like this, the RSI will come up, hit that, and then you'll have bearish div, you know. Me personally, I would take my 13%. That's a fast scalp to the upside. Unbelievable. And in total, we're up on this thing 200%. We were buying right there when this first came out. I'm still in shock because that doesn't happen in a bear market, all right? These aren't bear market ideas, all right? These are just things that you don't see in a bear market. The amount of money and gains that have been being made here is insanity, okay? What's the trade of the day? Matic 3S kind of was the trade there. That kind of took care of Bitcoin dumping. Scheiden Network banging on them too. Look at that. And let's take a look at the world markets now. I want to see what's happening. What is putting pressure on Bitcoin? What do we see? Right? And people come to this channel because we go over Bitcoin total 3, and let's do it as fast as humanly possible. First thing we're going to do is we're going to look at the Dow Jones Industrial Average. We talked about it having to make a flag and break to the upside here. The last time we looked at it, it did make the flag. You know, my flag wasn't perfect. You project when you can, how you can. And look at that beautiful flag right there. Boom, boom, boom. And look at that. And that could continuously make a move to the upside. 15-minute is bullish for the Dow Jones. Are we decoupling finally as the Dow pumps and Bitcoin dumps? Interesting. You don't see a dump. You know, we'll take a look at the S&P though. The S&P may give you the lead. 1 hour is about to dump for the Dow. We may be just a little ahead of everything. Let's see what the 50-minute can do right now. 50-minute is pushing up. Let's see how high the 50-minute can get. Then the 1 hour will pull back on you. We nailed this inverted head and shoulder, this cup and handle, everything. We were the only channel to really put this stuff out and call the reversal of the Dow. Nobody did it the way we did it. Shout out to each and every one of you for being here. How do we also figure it out? Look, swing down to swing down, and we had swing up to swing up. We had bullish divergence here. We are divergence traders. We are support and resistance traders. We use the 200-day moving average, simple moving averages. I use patterns, and I use measured moves, and I'm telling you right now, that alone will get you where you need to be. We throw Fibonacci's when we need them as well, but that alone will get you where you need to be. I'm telling you right now, I do not use Elliott wave theory. Never have. I don't think I ever will. I made massive gains yesterday, massive gains the day before, massive gains. We just made gains on the live stream. Are we using Elliott wave? No. Do you have to? And I'm not hating. You do whatever makes you happy if you use Elliott wave. Do I use Elliott wave? No. So it is what it is, right? You don't have to use what everybody else uses. You can be independent. You can have your own thoughts, your own mind, your own special sauce, so to speak. And that's what I do. Every single amazing painter in life, like all the painters, you know, I always, when I was a kid, I would go to nice museums, always. My school took me to fancy museums, right? Boston has the Museum of Fine Art. We have some of the most beautiful museums in the city here in Boston. And so we would go to these beautiful museums. So look, the Dow trying to pump with a 15. And what I call an emerging cup and handle. The cup kind of moves to the sideways up, and you get your handle here, and it blasts to the upside. We call this an emerging ascending cup and handle. An emerging cup and handle. I have never really heard of it. I came up with the term, but I'm sure other people may say that. So 15-minute is bullish right now for the Dow. 1 hour is not. 4 hour is not. You will get a pullback after this miraculous inverted head and shoulder break to the upside. It hit the measured move. Look at that. It's just insane. Like, neckline to the head, and even though it's choppy, it played out exactly as you saw. And we nailed that reversal. And we talked about being in this bigger channel and that we would bounce off the channel with the bullish divergence. I'm telling you, man, when the whole market was freaking out, everyone was saying we're going down, oh my gosh. We were able to quell the pain, show up and do it like nobody else does. Banging, banging, banging the lifer way. Look, we put the S&P in an inverted head and shoulder. Suggested it would get all the way up here to 39.06. And you can go back and look at this stuff. You can see when I looked at the S&P, probably on Friday, Thursday afternoon, and you can see all this. This is all time-stamped in all my videos. Go check it out. Be like, no, he's full of it. No, we did this too as well. And it's all about the charts. Just play the charts the way they're supposed to be played. Can you find the pattern? Proper pattern recognition will lead you to the special sauce every single time. It's insanity. So again, the 15-minute here for the S&P wants to move, and then we did have the massive dump there. We're getting the recovery. Right now it says we will. It's like we're about to get a V-shaped recovery of some sort. So you have this pattern here. Broadening falling wedge. You kind of came down and bearishly retested it. Kind of say you're in this. Interesting. So when I'm looking at this closely, I mean, you see the shoulder, the head, and the shoulder, you dump to the downside. There's your neckline. It's just pretty simple how these things play out. You just got to see them before they happen on the 15-minute. All right? Had I not been working out, I may have seen that, but I can't be everywhere all the time. I could be everywhere most of the time. Look, that's a shoulder, head, and a shoulder too. See this? Doesn't have to be pretty. I mean, 3 hills. And look, bearish divvy. Swing up to swing up on the 15. Swing down to swing down on the RSI. I mean, it's all there for you if you could pick it up. I'm teaching this every single day on the live stream. Even if we didn't hit gains and we just showed you how to find divergences and taught you how to play these charts the way they're supposed to be played, you would learn so much. You see what I'm saying? On top of that, we hit massive gains. It's pretty absurd. So this says we will V-shape recovery. I'm looking for a move back up here on the 15-minute chart. See? Get that left shoulder out of there. Looking for a possible move on the 15-minute back to the upside for the S&P, which would be the same for Bitcoin. So that's what we're looking at, and then this wedge can play out. And then hopefully this just wedges down and flags out and goes the length of the pole back to the upside. All right, take a look at the daily chart. Daily isn't gonna, this has some momentum actually, which is interesting. And then you're in this channel too. You have to remember you hit this top. So the S&P to remain like extremely bullish must break above this node here, this zone, 4,217, right? That's going to be the big line on the sand for the S&P. And look what we see here. You see a shoulder, you see the head, you see the shoulder. Can that be how we dig on out to the upside? That's how we dug on out on the smaller section and break over that resistance and then get to the next resistance right here. Very interesting. So some cool projections here for the S&P. We should publish this just to keep it set in stone. You can publish your ideas here on TradingView. Projection of an inverted H&S S&P, right? And that's a long category trend analysis, chart patterns, technical indicators, publish that. And that'll be set in stone forever. We can check it out in the next few days and the next week or two, see what happens. I love doing stuff like that. So the S&P looking somewhat healthy, but needs to stay kind of, and 1 hour wants to bounce on you. I like what I'm seeing for the 1 hour on the S&P. Extremely oversold for a move to the upside. Interesting. We'll look at the ES1 E-midi futures. Yeah, they're doing about the same thing, and they're in a flag too, right? When you can see my work from last time. Crazy. We nailed it. And the symmetrical triangle, look. That even had a base to here. You take the length of that wick to that wick. So close to measured move, right? It's just nuts. What I like to do too, you go here to the settings, you hit it here, and you go into the template, and you can put in measured move. Oh, sorry, I'm on there. On the line there. I just love this, that Rainier showed me this. And you hit measured move right here. Bang. And it labels it measured move for you. Such a good teaching tool, because if we all do this and then we post our charts like this, then we're teaching everybody things as we're looking at it. You see, like, so people are able to learn in every time you post a chart, you're teaching more. Every time you point out more, people learn more when you post a chart. You see what I'm saying? It's infectious. Shout out to everybody here. Everyone, you made us get here to 500 viewers. You got us past 350, 500, 700 people. There's 310 people on the live. Can we get the likes up to the viewers? I would greatly appreciate it. I'm back on the stand-up desk. I'm not sitting anymore. I'm ready to go. I feel like a boxer in his prime, ready to go, baby. I told you we were going to throw blows today. Shout out to East Jordan, man. We're throwing blows. You're funny, man. I looked at that at the end, and then I was like, what? Oh, yeah. And then I was like, that's what I get it. S&P, look for the S&P to stay in this flag and bang to the upside. Looking pretty bullish here on the 1 hour time frame here. All right. On the E-midi futures. Okay. Let's look at the dollar index double topping. The M did double top. We wanted to break below 104 though. Okay. I don't like this symmetrical triangle starting to form here. You see this? We did double top. I called out the bearish divvy here. You had swing up to swing up on the daily. And daily bearish div is a big deal. You shouldn't end up, you should start dropping and going lower. Very similar to a double bottom that bounces to the upside. You see what I'm saying? Very similar to a double bottom. So look, this is like a symmetrical triangle. Like there's no way around it. Now it's a 50-50 shot. The base of the triangle. So either going here, and I can't clone. So Apple C, Apple V. Never clone alone. But look, you could right click here and you could clone. But just never clone alone, please. By golly gee, oh my, take care of yourselves. Don't make the worst decision of your life. Please don't clone alone. So look, I want to see this break down. Let's take a look at the 4 hour time frame. And we should be overbought because Bitcoin's oversold to the 4 hours, so we should be overbought. We should be overbought. We're oversold on the 4 hour. Interesting. I believe Bitcoin was oversold the 4 hour too. That's weird. That is a descending triangle in my humble opinion, you know, pretty much, which is pretty bearish, but at the end of the day, it's a bilateral pattern, you know. I guess I'll still give it its bilateral because it's that little move up, and that little move up there does give it trajectory. It's like a chubby triangle, all right? 50-50 shot of a break to the upside or to the downside, all right? What is the 1 hour looking like? 1 hour wants to come on down, but that doesn't mean anything. It could just go sideways. It would be beautiful if what we want to see is you want to see in the next 6-7 hours, you want to see the candle close below 104, where we're going. You want to see the 104 rejection, and you want to see this just completely drop out of the pattern to the downside, you know. Daily doesn't look too good for Bitcoin, right? Remember the last time we looked at it, I said, you know, trouble for Bitcoin when we were here on the daily and we had this falling wedge and we were like, be careful, be careful, be careful. The daily's very oversold for the daily, and we called this. I remember we said be careful, and then we dumped to the downside into 17K, you know. This told you what was going to happen. All you had to do is look at the dollar index and see that it was going to make a massive pump out of a falling wedge, and you would have kind of had your answer there. Even if you pulled a mini fib too, from this impulse to this impulse, you can see that we were bouncing off the 0.5 Fibonacci level. It's quite interesting, all right? So right now, the daily is trying to get legs again and break. Symmetrical triangle go either way. There's a chance you do break to the upside here. What we could do, though, is we could break up, and then we'll see massive bearish divergence. You know, maybe we get one more leg up here like this. Boom. So the dollar index makes one more blast. They send Bitcoin to 16, 15K, something like that. This comes up one more time. Then we have extreme bearish divvy, and then the whole house of cards collapses. House of cards collapse. This turns into a giant rising wedge. That breaks to the downside. Bitcoin ends up in a falling wedge, and we find our bottom for Bitcoin. So just breaking down what is possible to happen here, you know, projecting you into the future. Right now, this is a symmetrical triangle. Right now, the daily and the 4 hour are oversold, so there's more of a chance that we break to the upside than to the downside. We do have bearish divvy, and I would like it to stay, you know, continue to push on us. But so right now, if the dollar basically holds a candle on the daily above this trend line here, see, I would be looking for a push to the upside. It would be careful. So watch the daily watch the daily candle close for the dollar index. If it stays above like 103.80, 103.95, there's a chance that we're going to break to the upside out of the symmetrical triangle, and that's not good for Bitcoin. Okay. So we've done the Dow Jones, we did the S&P, we've done the dollar, right? ETH Bitcoin, which is pretty cool. We want to know what's happening for ETHBTC. This also doesn't look too snazzy. I mean, looks like we're going to do the double bottom idea from the highlighter, right? Look, boom, Rising wedges break to the downside 68% of the time. You have, if you round up, so basically you have a 70% chance you're coming back down here for ETHBTC. So I'd be careful for the ETHBTC pair because it looks like the whole market will dump and ETH will lose more than Bitcoin because it's smaller. So if ETH goes from 1,200 to 800, 25% instead of Bitcoin going from 20,000 or, down to 17, you know what I'm saying? That's only 4,000 on it. It's like a fifth instead of a fourth. So point of the story is ETH will lose more than Bitcoin, just like it will gain more than Bitcoin on the other way around. So just like you can gain, you have to remember this idea. So ETHBTC doesn't look too healthy, has a measured move right here of the length of this pole. I'd be wary of that daily being that high. RSI in the MACD. You have rising price with falling volume, which tells me that you are lacking buyers. So that's, that's not a good look right there. All right. ETH right here too. Look, the daily about to dump. And I said this before. Someone asked me about ETH last night, I think. I see ETH going back down here to about 888. 888s, baby. The 888s for Ethereum. And don't blame me. Don't blame the messenger. Total market cap. We did the same thing. Rising wedge breaking to the downside. Daily is high. 22 hours high. Measured move is bringing us back down to the support at $800 billion. So it doesn't look healthy right now. The market doesn't look amazing. I'd love to show you a different. Right now, the 4-hour wants to bounce. Let's see what can happen. There's a chance it breaks back inside this pattern. So what is the bullish scenario? Like, how can we gain strength? How could we get back in? CryptoLifer, tell us. Where is the pain? Calm down. We'll get there. No, we need to break back inside the wedge, clearly, So if Bitcoin can break back inside this wedge, the 4-hour can reverse back up. You'll get in here. You can break out of it and get to the measured move. And then, maybe you won't break down there. But right now, 4-hour, but right now you're in this flag. That's kind of a falling wedge that wants to break to the upside. It's a bit of a bull flag too. And you're retesting kind of a neckline area of this inverted head and shoulder. Possible. And you're oversold on the 4-hour. However, look, rounded tops don't pay the bills. And that's a shoulder, head, and a shoulder. I just have to say that hasn't even made the dump yet on the 4-hour. That measured move takes you to $871 billion. So be wary of that. The Monday volatility. False move Monday, says my man Danny, and he's pretty spot on with it. Everybody, we have 333 likes. It's unbelievable. I love that. It's really cool. 333. But we have 518 people. We got 200 people that are watching in awe or just in some type of, I don't know. They're not sure if this is real. How many gains can this guy hit? Is this an anomaly? What's happening? The point of the story is just come every day and you're going to learn. You're going to learn. I was talking to my mom. I fell through a glass door. I was bleeding profusely out of this main right neck. I said, look, this was a vertical slice. When people try to kill themselves, they slice vertically through down, and my main artery is kind of goes right here. You can see it. There's a line right there. This slice would have went right here, which is in half an inch lower. I would have bled out pretty much all over the ground, and I probably would not be here. So my life was within an inch of being here. That's why I say thank you so much for joining me and sharing your most precious asset with me, and that is your time. That's why when you don't hit the like button, I'm astounded because I could be dead and I shouldn't even be here. And I know and that's as real as it gets. And that's not the first time I almost lost my life. I also went unconscious, banged my face inside of a bathroom off of porcelain, off of something, the sink or the toilet. And I heard a voice ask me if I wanted stairs. Go. I also almost drowned when I was a kid trying to get back into the ocean. So I'm just telling you right now, it's not a joke when I ask you to hit the like button. It's dead serious. I could die tomorrow. I may not be here. I teach this stuff because I believe teaching is the most beautiful thing you could do in life. And I want to die teaching. I want to die giving myself back to each and every one of you. Yes, I charge $99 for the Discord. Yes, I charge for my tutoring. And yes, I charge for my beginner's course, which is tomorrow. For $99, jump on into that beginner's course. I'd love to see you in there. It's from 3 to 5 Eastern time, and I think you will absolutely love it. Jump on into the beginner's course tomorrow from 3 to 5. And honestly, charging for what you do is an honest business. That's what an honest businessman does. I believe it's a fair price, and I love what I do. So I take it real seriously that I'm here every day because I almost lost my life. And I understand how precious your time is because I almost lost my life. So I know time is precious. So I truly believe your time is precious. And I'm not trying to waste it. I'm giving you valuable information every single day here. The least people could do is hit that like button. Thank you so much for jumping on it. And so look, shoulder, head and shoulder, textbook right there. Yes, you're oversold in the 4 hour. It doesn't mean it's going to happen. There's a chance you don't break to the downside. And this is total three, the entire market cap of all of the altcoins. All right. And Bitcoin getting a little bit of the bounce as we suggested. Take a look at that 5 minute. But again, look at the 5 minute, kind of making a bear flag, if you ask me. Or you could say broke out of the bear flag and trying to make another flag now. See, broke out of a bearish triangle. But then you also have this brewing. See that? Kind of making a descending triangle. You must understand how to find patterns on smaller time frames. I like how I kind of match today. Look, with the red, right? You're up here, you got the red, your red ticker stuff right here, right? This red. And then you got the red, and then the red, and it just like, it kind of all kind of does a little, the coat kind of matches the blue tinge gradient. And wow, it's all kind of magical and special. Anyway, enough. But so this could be what we're seeing here. And by projecting, you're able to be ready for what could occur. By projecting, you're able to be ready for what could occur. Okay? 1 minute chart will give you some insight too. And honestly, like, look, you see a rising wedge kind of getting formed here. That's not a good sign, right? Unless some damage could be done. Look, this is a shoulder. Look, this is crazy, but like how my mind works, but like that's a slanted uptrending inverted head and shoulder. Measured move is to the neckline to the headline. You see that? Like it just, I never saw this stuff before though. Took me years. Story time, everybody. Story time. Well, the first story I just gave story time. I fell through a glass door. How did I do that? What happened? I'll tell you the whole story. I went with my wife, my now wife. She was my girlfriend at the time. Honestly, we went somewhere really cool. I'll always remember the day. Man. My wife, man, she's been with me for so long. It was 2017. I don't remember the exact date. I actually kept something in my memory box. Sorry to interrupt, but I found this. This is it. Top of the Rock, July 20th, 2007. Because this is the day I fell through the glass door, and I was bleeding everywhere. Jesus, Mary, and Joseph. But so I was with my wife, my girlfriend at the time, and I lived at 99th and 3rd Avenue, okay, and Top of the Rock, New York, and beautiful place. I'm just gonna show you some images here. You go to Top of the Rock and you could just, it's so gorgeous. You could just see all of the city, and it's like a really beautiful platform. You can see all of the whole city. It's just a really nice, and just the uptrend, see the brick and the glass. It's just a really nice viewing, Top of the Rock. So I wanted to, have a nice little, I found out about it. I knew it would be nice to bring her up there. So I brought her there to Top of the Rock. I actually have another picture that I took of my wife there that day. We were right there. There she is. My beautiful, beautiful girl. And we took it that day on Top of the Rock. So I took her there to Top of the Rock. And we had a really good time. And then we went and we got like subs or Subway sandwiches. I didn't know at the time that Subway was like really processed. And like now I would never eat a Subway sandwich. But back then I was young, I didn't know any better, and we got a Subway sandwich, point of that whole story is I have the sub in my hand and I'm running up the stairs and the banister was cut short and it like went right into my ribs and swung me back. And I got really hurt and I didn't like fall through the glass door. I'll be honest. Like I was like, and I got angry and I like went to throw my fist into the wall. I was like, like this. But when I went to throw my fist, my body turned. I thought I was punching the wall. My body turned and there was a glass door. My hand went right through the glass door. And I was like, and I saw the glass shatter and I just thought I broke the glass door. I was worried about like my apartment building and what was going to happen, you know? And then I looked down and I'm like, I seen the blood spewing out and I was like, oh, shimo, you know? So anyway, I have the exact day it happened, July 20th, 2007. So it was coming up on 15 years ago that I almost lost my life. And I still remember to this day exactly what happened. Anyway, story time's over. Let's get back into the chats. Story time's over. Let's get back into the charts. We always lose people during story time, and you'd wonder why. I mean, these are awesome stories that are life-changing, and we're really, really... But you know what? People are greedy. All they want is money. All they want to know is about coins. What's the next coin? Gimme, 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 gimme. I'm trying to have a true connection with people out here on the live. It's not just about money, because if your life is all about money, what are you? Who are you? And what does that say about you? You know what I'm saying? So, like, I don't know. I just... there's got to be more to life than money. Can't be all about the monies. You know, there's got to be more to life than money. All right. Got to have a purpose. There's got to be a reason you're here. There's got to be a reason, you know, God kept me alive for a reason that day. And I truly believe that, right? VEGA actually been pumping pretty hard since we talked about it down here. Look at, I put VEGA on the radar here. It did get stopped out. It was one of the coins that I got stopped out on. But I mean, hey, you got back on that pony. And I put it on the radar. No, I didn't even know what it was. Nobody told me. I found it on my own in my own scans. But VEGA making 67% gains as well. And then 83L just looking kind of scrumptious. Interesting. MITX 3S banged on them. Like, look at that. Now it hit the target. Look at that. Nailed the target. And look, that was a cup and handle. You see that? MITX 3S for the win. Shout out to anyone that jumped into MITX 3S. Shorting MITX was a pretty common sense idea. You know, it was the most up-trended coin and, you know, had a crazy pump out of nowhere. Take advantage of the dump to the downside. You're in a bearish market, so the overall trend is down, down, down. So the second you get a spurt up, short it. Every time you get a short up, short that spurt up. You get what I'm saying? Just keep taking what the bear market's giving you. Just like in a bull market, every time you get a bounce down, like a falling wedge, long it, long it, long it. You just, you know, you take what the market gives you. All right? Funny, this World Games is looking pretty weird. XWG. Never heard about it before. You can see there's a cup with a handle. I'm telling you, if you could just understand how to trade the cup and handle, savvy cup and handy, look. You would have found this as I would have seen this as a cup. And other people say, hey, you just make a cup and handle out of everything, blah, blah, blah. But like, and then on top of that, you would have seen the inverted, right? And people tell me that the charts, the patterns don't play out and all this. I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, how do, and look, that's a symmetrical triangle that broke to the upside. Well, you know, it's just like, you got above the 200 and you were gone. Gone, baby, gone. You ever saw the movie? Right? So, and now you're oversold in the 4 hour and you're likely to come back to the 200-day moving average. So you don't touch this. You flag it out. There's a chance this does have more legs maybe in a couple days, or, you know. You wait for the RSI to come back down and reset. Price action to touch price action. And maybe this is the next trade, but it's not ready yet for a while. And I put alerts, see? You can even do this and put an alert, Alt-V, I put an alert here. When price action hits it, it'll let me know. That's simple too. You just want to know where a coin is at. Bang, bang, bang. And then I'm ready for my next trade. And then it's not a coincidence we hit so many gains because we're producing, we're basically preparing for them each time. Every day we're setting 10 of these up. And every morning 10 of these are hitting, telling us, hey, 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 hey. Look, ontology about to break out. I've seen this exact pattern break out many times. It's a bit of a Sammy cup and Andy because there's a cup there. Sammy cup and Andy to the upside. Pretty interesting there, right? So now I'm looking at this coin. And by being obsessive compulsive, by being in the charts, by charting 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, sometimes 12 hours a day, every single day without fail, you're going to find the gains. Like, it's just that simple. If you just work harder than anybody else in a certain field, you're going to know more about everything else in a certain field, and you're going to be able to take advantage of the people that don't know as much as you. It's so simple. That is the key to success in the world, honestly. Is this a tiny little cup and handle inside with an inverted head and shoulder kind of that played out with a weird little flag here? 50-minute is oversold with the V-shaped recovery of Bitcoin getting a bounce. This could get a bounce. Ontology might be making some gains here right now as we're talking about to the upside. On my radar now, Ontology. And there's a $4 super chat sitting there. I'll attend to it in a second. I'm not sure who sent it or what was said. Let's take a look at it. Shout out to each and every one of you for being here. Thank you for jumping on into the live and just being awesome. Being awesome lifers. I really, really appreciate it. 504 people learning, 400 likes. Now the likes are grinding. We have 100 more people want to join into that like factory. Pump out the likes. Help us create likes. Jump into the like factory and pump up those likes. Jump on in. Thank you so much for the super chat. Look at him. He's going to move the balls in the jar. Wait. There they go. Wait. Oh, he's moving my balls around. Thank you so much for moving the balls around in the jar. Pretty awesome. Ontology. 4 hours oversold. 1 hour is getting low and could, see a bit of a move. And 15-minute wants to stop at a support and resistance. 200-day moving average creeping through the pattern. You could get a bounce off that buy zone area. I wouldn't be surprised if Ontology decided to make a bit of a move. I would put it on your radar. I would rechart everything I chart. If you're in my trading group, we are not a signals group, but what we do is you should rechart every single thing that we chart out. Every single thing we chart, you should be charting. Okay? And we are making massive gains in this trading group. If you're missing out, I don't know what to tell you. It's $99. It's not that hard of a commitment. You gotta let go of money to get money. You gotta spend money to make money. It's how it is. Like, think about it, No one gets paid for free, baby. You gotta make it happen. Either you're giving out so much energy or movement, or you're, and you're just working harder than the average guy, and on top of that, you're spending money. Nobody is getting somewhere for nothing. I'm telling you right now. It just doesn't happen. It's not how the world works. You must grind for yours. And the thing about it is, nobody can take away your time in the market. Like, I've seen 100 of these cup and handles break out. So when people say that's not a cup and handle, you're a liar, Sammy cup and handy, I can't stand that guy, all that other stuff, or whatever they say. And I should just be positive. People say a lot of awesome things. Mainly I hear just a lot of great stuff. Like, we love this guy, amazing. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, there's always going to be there's always going to be a beautiful person who's on their way to becoming even more beautiful. How's that? That's the best way of calling a negative person. A beautiful person that's on their way to becoming even more beautiful. You know what I'm saying? So Ontology looking nice to me in a cup and handle. 11:07 a.m., right? And it's Monday too. You don't have to overtrade on a Monday when things are looking sketchy and you have a lot of up and down behavior here. Okay? Tether dominance, last thing we haven't really looked at. That wants to take a move down on the 1 hour, which is okay for us, right? That would be nice. And it's at resistance. Come on down, baby. Come on down. It did have hidden bullish, and there's an idea it could bounce to the upside. But look, it went sideways so far from in that 1 hour area, right? Which ain't bad. The daily's oversold, though, and it does want to make a bounce with hidden bullish right there. That's hidden bullish divergence on tether dominance. Let's just see if we have hidden bearish on Bitcoin then. We should, right? On the daily. I didn't think about that yet. Like, we haven't talked about that yet. No, not really. Yeah, you don't have it. You don't have the opposite. Right here. No, you don't have it. Yeah, no. You still technically have some bullish divergence here because this is a swing down to that bottom. And this swing down is not as sharp as a swing down. It's about class B or C. I think it's class B. Hidden bullish divergence. You know what I'm saying? So big time frame suggests we go to 15,000, or at least double bottom at 17,005. All right. Breaking that point of control at 21,100 is not a good look at all. Okay. Your next point of control now here is 20,500. Remember that, old boy? Right? Remember you had your 2 points of controls here. The 21,000, 150, 200 area, and the 20,500. You must bounce off 20,500 to remain bullish. It's just that simple. Bulls need to hold this level. See, there's resistance. This is heavy support. So bulls must hold this big support zone. Pretty is what it is to me. And the head and shoulders suggest that we won't, that we're going to come down here to 19,099. So the pattern alone tells you you're going to dump. 15 minutes suggests you're going to try to make a bit of a move back to the upside. And I showed you, you need a V-shaped recovery of, an inverted head and shoulder. Like, okay. So what's the play of the day? What do I think is, what would I be doing? All right. It's 11:10. We've gone over an hour straight, basically, of 10:10 to 11:10. We've assessed the market, falling. Don't really see any bullish divergence there either, so that's not the best sign. I mean, that shoulder, head and shoulder, kind of wants to dump. So basically, I'm watching the 5-minute chart. Like I showed you on Binance. Like, that's what it comes down to. And I'm using, and the 5-minute is going to give me confirmation of a dump or not. Like right there, like look at that. That just didn't make it above the previous high. You see? And that's hidden. Look, if you have a swing down like that, but this kind of swings up, that's hidden bearish divergence. And tells you that the trend will dump to the downside. You'll end up high, just like this. See, hidden bullish. It would look the other way, and you end up with a higher high. So you should end up with a lower low than this area here. So bulls must defend 20,500, 20,600 area. You break that, it's very likely you're going to make this measured move to about 20,400. All right. So there it is. I mean, that's like what I'm seeing right now. And look, you're about to drop on the 5-minute chart. Maybe you're making a shoulder, a head, and a right shoulder. So right now I'm bearish until we can get above some key areas. Like you need to reclaim right here, 20,800 and then 21K, of course. Shout out to anyone that played that short to the downside. See? And again, expect volatility Sunday night into Monday morning. Expect volatility Sunday night into Monday morning. Every single time we talk about it, I told my whole team, that's another thing. Just in my trading group alone, you would have expected the craziness, right? You would have expected the absolute ridiculousness, right? Wow, we hit the top gainer on KuCoin. We woke up to the top gainer on KuCoin at 8:25 in the morning. I'm still in shock. If I can do that every day, then like this trading group will be set. We'll be set for life. Like if every day I can hit the top gainer on KuCoin, we will be set. Like we will have no worries, I also have to say Sunday into Monday is the most volatile night to trade. That means up and down price action. Like it's just be careful. Just be careful. And to me, a short's about to happen right now to the downside, So let me flip over here. And all the 3S tokens would follow, And look, we put out a short right around here. I got all these levels that I have. But the short's up 10% since I posted it too. See that? I posted it right here. It did drop down, but then it would come up, go level, and then pop out again. It's holding that level pretty nicely, which is bounce, bounce, bounce. That's that resistance zone for Bitcoin, you see? And that's Bitcoin's shoulder, head, and shoulder. You flip this upside down, that's Bitcoin's inverted. You get it? Now, when you look at the 4-hour here on the short, it's pointing to the downside. That's not, that's not strong. But it just flipped, The daily wants to fly. So, like, when you look at the big picture, that short wants to make a big move. And when the short wants to make a move, you got to be careful. Look, and I believe that's the 618 Fibonacci too, which is pretty interesting. Look at that. I mean, even these weird derivative assets seem to play into the math. All right. You then have a swing up to swing up here. So sometimes if you can't figure out Bitcoin, go to its opposite asset. Sometimes its opposite asset has a clearer version of what's happening. And you got a nice idea of what you're about to see. You see what I'm saying? And it's like, whoa, 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 whoa. And because when you're watching Bitcoin, you're like, well, I looked at it this way. I looked at it that way. And and most people, I'm not, but most people are watching 5 different YouTubers with all these different ideas and they're getting lost in the sauce. You got to find your own trading style and stick to it. I mean, this short suggests that you can make some massive gains shorting Bitcoin. 128% gains shorting Bitcoin. We've showed this before when Luna was about to pump. You're oversold in the daily. Last time here, we pointed the same thing out. This thing would blast to the upside out of a bit of a savvy cup and handy to the upside. If you take a look at it, we had this cup. And we had this handle here. And look, parabolic, like straight to the upside. Measured move is you take the middle wick you can find to that top wick and swing it up. I mean, it went a little further, but I mean, it's just like, and look, this is a giant double bottom. You see? Measured move of the double bottom is the length of the middle neckline to here, and then you swing that up. So the TA got you again perfectly. And look, this is a bit of a shoulder head on a right shoulder, even though it's not perfect to see. All right. So I'd be very, very careful right now. Bitcoin does not look good. You got US tether dominance wanting to pump. You got the dollar index wanting to pump. And you got the Bitcoin short wanting to make a huge move to the upside. I showed you the 22-hour and the daily do not look good. I just show you the charts, and then we kind of talk about them together on the channel, right? What do you guys think? Let me jump into the chat right now. What does everybody think? Guys and gals, lifers and lifettes, you know? What do y'all think? Let me pop out the chat here. I want to get deep into the chat. I want to get deep into the chat. You know what I'm saying? Sup, lifer, haven't been around here. Sorry, selling all my assets. Bought 40 acres to mine Bitcoin on hydropower. I'll be back in the chat again soon. Where are the 40 acres, man? I'd love to come visit you and do some live streaming there and do like a whole documentary on your life. I learned more watching the lifer than all the YouTubers combined. Shout out to Michael Kush, my man. Bitcoin gone pump. Love you, lifer. I need to talk to my buddy about that 19K Bitcoin. I know, right? He said he was going to buy you a Bitcoin if it went to 19,000. So he's got to hold this. He's got to hold that. Shorts need to reset on the 4-hour before another overall play. I mean, that's what he said. So the thing is, whenever someone says something to me, I'm like, I got to remind him that's what he said. Now, he can stay to that or he can't. You're not a bad guy for reminding someone of what they said to you. I've always thought about that. Sometimes you feel weird. You're like, that person said they were going to give me that car when they got the new car. And the new car comes in, you see the car, and you're like, he didn't give it to me. And you're like, dude, you said when you got that new car, you were going to give me that one. Yeah, we were hanging out one day. I don't know. You're like, yeah, you know what? You can take it. And now you're not going to give it to me. And it just, I just want you to, Vic, I don't want the car. I don't care about it. I just want you to be a man of your word so you can keep your word. You get it? Like, you're the one who said it. Keep your word. You know what I'm saying? I was just like, I don't want to steal your ability to keep your word away. So the daily for the Bitcoin short looks absolutely beautiful and not good for Bitcoin. You got a shoulder, head, and a shoulder here. Look at that. Inverted head and shoulder, and that's the head and shoulder on Bitcoin. So it's telling you that you got a measured move. Walk the plank at a measured move. And if you break this resistance, that's like Bitcoin breaking that support. It's likely you're going to get the waterfall flow to the downside. All right? So this is just something weary. And if this dumps, then all the 3S tokens are going to fly. What has been pumping hard recently? Sand, right? And look, here's that dumpage. It's trying to hold right now. But look at that. There it goes. And this is why the 5-minute is so key. You need to use the smaller time frames. No other channel will give you the gains that we give you. No other channel will give you the teaching that we give you. Another channel will be able to trap the price of Bitcoin on the smaller time frames to show you where it's going to go in real time while you're watching the channel. And we'll bounce back and forth with the ADHD type of bang, 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 ba-dum, ba-dum, ba-bang with the radio voice. I show up at 3 a.m. at the last dump I was on at 3 a.m. We don't take days off. Most committed channel in the game. And you know why? It's because we live in love. Everyone that works with me and works in my group and is part of the CryptoLifer Incorporation lives in love. If you don't live in love, you're out of the group. You cannot be a part of our, we don't have anyone that sulks. If you walk into the office sulking, you got to walk in with a smile. And now you don't have to feel great every day, but you got to do your best to put your best foot forward and do the best you can. We live in love every single day here. Love is the strongest frequency in the world. If you live in love, nobody can take you down. Nobody can stop you. You will be the most powerful being on earth. You will be filled with the highest frequency. You will resonate and vibrate at the highest possible vibrations. No one will be able to stop you. That's why I do what I do. That's how I use love every single day, and that's how this channel moves. I keep telling myself, live in love, 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 live in love. Thou needs no enemies if thou lives in love, man, you know? So, and there you have it. S&P getting a bit of a bounce here. 1 hour suggests that it will. Should actually end green into the end of the day, you know? Okay, SubLifer, haven't been around lately. Wow, that's all we got. Okay, here we go. Super chats, ASTR, Profi, and Bitcoin to the 15-minute. Please, could you explain what the 15 minutes doing on Bitcoin? Short looking like, wow. 4 hours not in your favor. Wait for the 4 hour to maybe reset. It might pump now too, though. I go by that daily and just set a fat stop. That looks big. Again, you do whatever makes you happy. I'm not a financial advisor. Nothing I do and say here should be taken as financial advice. Please get yourself a financial advisor. All right. Someone says, what's Bitcoin doing on the 15? It doesn't matter what it's doing on the 15. You got to watch the 5 minute. I just told you know what I'm saying? Like, you're asking me what Bitcoin's doing on the 15, and I'm showing you what it's doing on the 5. I'm trying to teach you right now. Like, I'm showing you the way. I just can't remember where we put the that 5 minute chart. See that 5 minute pointing down? It says you're about to break, and that's support right there. You're about to break that. Then you break 20,500, you're gone, baby, gone. I'm just, you know. So you don't need the 5 minute. You don't need the 15 minute right now. You need the 5 minute. The 5 minute's going to lead you to what the 15 minute's going to do. Okay? Makes sense now? You got me? Like, everything I do is specifically thought out. There's a reason I'm doing it the way I'm doing it in front of you. All right? Now I can't find where I did my my 5 minute chart. There it is. Okay, now we're holding double bottom. Can you double bottom here? It's so important that you do. Can Bitcoin double bottom here at 20,007? All right. Wow, you volume nodes right there. Yeah, you no buying and selling down here. I let Monday morning kind of play out. Watch the market sizzle. You don't have to be in a trade every day. Like last week, we had all this same thing on Monday and all the craziness. We calmed down. We let the market find its way. And then we traded GMT3L for the whole month. Like, you know, for the week or two. It's just like there's going to be gains out there to be had. And when the market settles, then we can take the most out of those gains. You get what I'm saying? Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. People jumping on. We're about to hit 630 members in the trading group. Dude, 4 people just jumped in during the live stream because they know the gains are being had and they want to see what happened. They want to know. We're making strides throughout the industry. People are hearing, what is the lifer doing? What is it like to be a lifer? You got to join that Discord. You got to see what's happening. There's too many gains coming out of there. And we have beautiful minds. Like, we have really good people here. It's not just me. It's the elite charters. It's the people that help you. It's the learning library. And it's everything that we created in this Discord to get you going. If you just joined into the Discord and you're new, jump into the boot camp immediately. All right? This video is really going to help you. This video is the YouTube video that really shows you what you need inside that Discord. All right? Also, one of the few channels not pushing a Bybit link. Look at all the other channels. They all push a Bybit link because they get paid so much money on those Bybit links. I'm telling you right now, they don't care whether you win or lose or whatever happens to you. They're going to make millions and ride off into the sunset. It really doesn't matter. So, and when they take a trade and they say they're taking the trade, they're not taking the trade because if they lose that trade, just like you lost that trade, they make all the money on all your losses. So they're not taking the same risk you're taking. Remember that. It's smoke and mirrors in YouTube. There's a lot of stuff not going on. I promote my own services. That should actually give you kind of an idea. Wow, he promotes his own services. He doesn't promote everyone else's services. Ah, I get it, right? Let's take a look at ASTR and let's jump on into KuCoin and let's look at what's hot and what's not. That USDC just still doing numbers. Came up, came down again. But honestly, look, it's just forming a falling wedge. And honestly, this thing could pump. See, it got that first. See, that's why you take that 13. Well, you don't take, I can't, but that's why I would take that 13. See, that 13 was a quick scalp. You're up. it took like, 5-minute chart. It took 15 minutes to make 15%, 10%. I'm out. Like, I don't force that. You know what I'm saying? That's not like, this could continue to pump. I'd leave it alone at this point. But the hidden bullish divergence is like really well established now. It's like obvious. So that's something that's pretty strange. And that's pretty 90% accurate that you will end up higher than the previous high. It kind of tells you this thing will continue to pump on the 7, on the 15, on the 5. Doesn't seem to care about Bitcoin as much, right? But there's Bitcoin's dump there on ZCX. Wow, Krill just banged on them. Pump group or someone got a hold of that thing. Look at the size of that candle. So you can't get them all. Like right now, I'm like, oh, Krill, like I'm happy we got the gains we had today. But wow, we could have made 29% in an hour on Krill. Let's just look back. I want to do a teaching. How could we have figured this out? Like what was it? I mean, it was kind of a cup and handle, see, or a double bottom cup with a handle, double bottom there. Fragmented price action, though, hard to read, Hero making somewhat of a flag here right now. Remember looking at Dora last night, and Luna back to 236, having some massive gains there. Wrapped NGC. Funny, I put in this little flag. That thing would bang on you, right? Wrapped NGC. I don't know if I ever put this out. I was just making flags. Sometimes I just, wow, never hit the stop loss. It's just amazing. That was the exact bottom. And where was the exact bottom? Like I teach my students, when the price action touched and went close to what? The 21-day moving average. The 21 is a catalyst for massive moves to the upside. All right. Chi we had in this kind of wedge. Let's see what we had Chi here. Funny. Made this long double bottom. Nothing to write home about. STX did make gains. I remember that. And let's jump into the super chats. Please, could you explain what the 50 minutes doing on Bitcoin? Super chats. ASTR. Walk-ins, walk to earn on Sol. The next best steppin'. Okay, cool. Walkin'. WLKN. Pretty cool. Shout out to Billy Bob for the walk-in on Huobi and BitGet. All right, we'll take a look at on Huobi USD. Just came out. All right. Let's see if it has a contract address. Everyone, we do a lot of decentralization. Right now we don't because we're in a bearish market. But when we pick up, decentralization picks up. And the whole stream will change. And you're going to see a whole different way of doing things here on the live stream. Let's take a look at Walkin'. Thank you for another one. So we had Steppin', FitFi, and Walkin'. All kind of the same. Okay, it's got a Solana address. And you want to go to Dex Screener. It's on Huobi, but I also want to show you how to get it decentralized. Using the Phantom wallet. So it's not searching Solana here. Interesting. So this contract address was not found. I'll have to do more research on that. But right now, let's take a look at it. So it boomed up fast from where it's at. Already up 1,500% gains. That's insane. You got to love it, man. Only on these tiny exchanges. Huobi. And now it's doing this flag. And the 4 hours low. And it could go up even more parabolically. People seem to want this thing. This is interesting. Walking. 4 hours getting oversold. Look at the 1 hour. 1 hour's got legs. Looks like it could go sideways for a while. Kind of a rounded top. Not the best. Could make an inverted cup and handle and like start making this like that. And then dump on you. High risk, high reward for this coin. You'd have to look it up yourself. Got to do your research. Walking. Thank you for putting that on the radar. Billy Bob. You're the man, dude. Sam, Nick, the value of the group is indescribable. Thank you for saying that, Roddy Robinson. Respect for that. Carl the Moon, LOL. Oh my gosh. I don't use Bybit. Lifer, I see an ascending channel breaking on Sol 1 hour with a symmetrical triangle at the very end of it on the 15-minute. Am I correct? Shout out to you and yours. Shout out to Blessed Auto Group, man. Profi, real estate, NFTs, and crypto. I like Profi. Cryptos were walking. More cowbell. You're funny. Lifer's 99 Trading Group. Amazing 24/7 research. Lifer charts and videos. Beginners TA. Learning library. Traders from around the world. Elite charts and ideas. Hit the Discord to jump on in to that link. Yeah. And I could copy paste that. Maybe put it right in there. Funny that it grabbed the end of that. But that's how you join the Discord, everybody. If you want to join, $99, jump on in, get the best education in crypto in the game. We called Spell BTC, Plaid, gains on gains. See, my man had Spell BTC and PLD, gains on gains. Sweet Coin is a free app. Stack, if you call a coin, man, send the beginning and after to Sean so you can get up on that gains wall. All right? Make sure someone did Metis, but just make sure you get up on the gains wall. I can't track you down your gains for you guys. I can't. It'll be it's too extended for me. So you got to just track Sean down and make sure you get your gains on the gains wall. Sweet Coin is a free app. They use your data like all of them. When you earn coins from steps and they're about to turn their coins into crypto. Interesting. Sweet Coin. Okay. Thank you for saying that. Produce the gains. Another awesome guy. Another blue crew. All right. Super chats. ASTR and Profi. Let's take a look at ASTR. I still can't believe Chili's nailed it like it did. Amazing gains for Chili's. And we called it. We saw the cup and handle brewing. It just did what it was supposed to do. Crazy, right? Okay, let's look at ASTR. First thing we're going to do is look at the daily time frame. You got in this falling wedge. You're hoping the RSI is pushing up right now. All right. You have falling price with falling volume. That's a good sign for somewhat of a reversal. RSI does have the bullish divergence. See that? We wanted that. That's something you're looking for. MACD's a little extended, but that's okay. I don't really, and you're overbought on the daily on the SRSI, the stochastics RSI. Tells me that we do have to reset to get back in the sweet spot. So look at the 4 hour. 4 hour wants to push up, so you must break above a previous resistance right here. Come up for that bounce when the daily resets to the downside, right? So right now, can the 4 hour break up? You see some bullish divergence there. Let's look at the 1 hour time frame. It's got a very strange pattern, I'll tell you that, right? Tempting to make a shoulder inverted. I feel like it already broke out, though. There's your shoulder, there's your head, there's your shoulder. It broke out, came back in. You're in a bit of a pattern there, but you're getting overbought on the 1 hour. Indecisiveness at the top of a pattern. Wouldn't be surprised if you came back down here. So, like, you need the 4 hour to do something miraculous and get above this zone right here and bounce. There's a rejection point there. If you close here in the next 2 or 3 candles close here, you're coming down here again, or maybe double bottoming. All right. That's ASTR network. Let's take a look at Profi. Profi. Pretty sure it's on KuCoin, but I guess it's not. It's on Bittrex. It's Profi. It's on Bittrex. It's on Huobi. It's on Coinbase too, I guess, right? And QuickSwap, which is interesting. So you can get it on. Is this Profi though? Is Profi Pro? I want to make sure. I don't want to, Okay, it is. Yeah, I just want to make sure it's the same coin we're talking about here. 11:33 exactly. Whenever I look at the time. Coinbase, Huobi, Bittrex, and BitTrue. Bittrex is in a bad place to trade. Can be all right. So we talked about it breaking out, and we got the gains. Look at this. Profi to the upside here. 42% gains out of that move. I want to just see when I posted it, if I did. I might have been alone, or I might have been on the live. Happens a lot. Profi has been listed on Bittrex. That was not too long ago, too. No, might have gone over it on the live stream. So I don't like the market structure it's in. I don't like when you see these candles show like lack of liquidity, when you see a lot of these wacky candles. But you're making this falling wedge. I get it. I see why someone might be interested in it. Somewhat of a descending triangle, like the flatter top. It's a 50-50 shot. It can go up or down. Break right back to resistance, possibly. You got some bullish divergence here because this is swinging down. Not really, though. No, you don't actually. Here you have a little bit. That was your bottom for bullish div, and you bounce back up. 1 hour wants to make a move. Profi looks good right now. We're kind of trying to catch a falling knife here. I personally like to wait. I like to swing trade. So I like this to break a resistance and bounce. And then I like to take, if it goes up 30, I like to take 10 or 15% out of that middle portion. You got heavy resistance for Profi at 91, right? Still a pretty big, you know, for what it is, I didn't think it would be that, you know, cost that much. But like, you must hold 84. You break 84, like, you could go lower. You know, you could definitely go lower the length of this pole. So Profi's, I don't know. Trying to catch a falling knife. You'd have to really believe in this and really like, just like, I'd have to really believe in this coin and want to DCA into it to like, you know. I remember seeing this coin. I researched it when it first came out. I do know a lot about it. Profi and Labs. I made a video with them together. Real estate coins, you know. Could go down to 43 though if it breaks this symmetrical triangle to the downside. So not my favorite. I wouldn't call it the trade of the day, I'll tell you that. You know what I'm saying? Okay. What about a stroke? Oh, come on, man. I can't believe you said that. Okay. Nick, you could pay with crypto through the Discord also. Yes, you can. I like Bittrex. Been using it since 2019. Blessed. Nothing is guaranteed. Yeah. Rodney Robinson, I remember talking about it on the live. Right now, sir, hit the hay. Looking forward to waking up to some magic in the Discord. Thank you. Shout out to Bobby D, man. Thank you. Lifer, is it safe to say that Bitcoin closes a red candle under 25,000 support area? It's basically a free fall to 19K again. Nothing is safe to say. I know nothing but the fact of my own ignorance. Do I join the club via Patreon? It's a lot better if you just join Me6 and use the link that I just posted here. Yeah, we get a little less percentage taken out. So, all clear on the super chat. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. If you hold the Windows button down and drag the red line, it closes the line for you. I don't know what he's saying. Welcome to the Lifer Trading Group family. We look forward to seeing you in there. Shout out to everybody here on the live. And look, we hit 630. We hit 630 members in the trading group. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Shout out to anyone that jumped on in. I'm going to work so hard today to make sure those new people realize what it's like to be a lifer. They're going to see what it's like to get constant video updates for Bitcoin. They're going to see what it's like to see me work so hard. My wife and kid aren't even home today, too. So my wife and kid. I don't know why I keep saying kid. I have kids. Sam the man. The red looks dope on you, man. Straight fire, bro. Shout out to Roddy Robinson, dude. Thank you so much, dude. Want to check in on the projected move on LUNC? You mean USTC? I don't think we did LUNC. Or maybe we did do a LUNC projected move. Look at this, dude. I put this out. When did I put this out? Oh, my gosh. When did I put LUNC out like that? Was that on the live stream? No, that couldn't have been 5. How long ago was that? 11 hours, LUNC. We must have gone over this last night on the live stream. Let's just take a look at the live too. That's another thing. You don't even have to join my trading group. You could just show up to my live stream and you're going to see what's going down. And you're going to be like, what is going on here? Like, this is crazy. Did we go over LUNC last night in the live stream? And look, I have a team that timestamps and watches everything and has it all here for me. And they usually never miss a beat. 11 hours ago, right there, LUNC. Crazy. Same move. You see how that looked just like it? Same move. Honestly, this took 7 minutes. I just glanced over it. Look at all the TA we do. It's crazy. Nuts. Anyway, 3,500 views, but it was a, you know, end of a Friday night, Sunday night, you know. I still can't believe that. Like, there's gains there too, you know. And we this was me last night showing you this. This is we were right here. Had you basically known what I known, you would have been able to draw this and then just make another play to the upside. See this? 21 days touching the price action. Stokes bend, and the Stokes were low below the dotted line, and bang, 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 measured move with the price action. Like, this is what I do. Same thing here. Stokes were low, Boom. RSI is low. Price action touching the 21-day moving average inside of a price, and bang, bang, bang to the measured move. What's the measured move? You take the wick all the way here, and you line it up. I mean, it just, come on now. We'll teach until you get it. Until you get it. This is the move we were talking about. Like, this could possibly make a move back to the upside. It already made it 13%, but gave it all back. Bounced back up to the upside. And again, all of this, everything that we're looking for here, it all depends on Bitcoin and Bitcoin's moves. You see what I'm saying? And what Bitcoin wants to do. And then we're stuck here back on that 5 minute. Just like, you break out of this. Now I'm suggesting this makes a head and shoulder pattern. You see it? It's not easy to see. But I'd be very wary of that. Okay? Also, I already know that head and shoulders are symmetrical triangles. Can you break out of this one? You know? You must. Like, to remain bullish, this has to break out. All right? This double bottom needs to play out. And get at least to this resistance. All right? And that's how you can figure out what's happening. You watch the 5 minute, but look, you're getting overbought in the Stokes. I mean, this could be a nice rejection here. And you're just going to watch the sideways action now on Monday. This is good for altcoins. If Bitcoin just goes like this sideways, at least for an hour or two, some altcoins will fire off in the background. You know what I'm saying? So you definitely, I'll be looking for things that look hot, and I'll be looking for, you know, like SKEY on the 5. This thing's looking interesting. One hour point now. Interesting. 15 minute could come on down. Some hidden bullish. As you got the swing up with the swing down. Not nearly the same. Says the trend could continue to the upside. Interesting. You do have these moving averages curving. I don't like when the 21 curves like that, but you are touching price action. If Bitcoin does a recovery, this will fly fast. You know, quick scalp on the 5 minute scalp, you know. And again, nothing is guaranteed. You always put a stop loss below, and there's no guarantees anything's going to be perfect, but you take a shot. If you don't take a shot, you don't learn anything in life. Like, you must take a shot to get somewhere in life. Every time you take a shot, you learn from the experience. Without experiences, you learn nothing. Wisdom is experience and knowledge put together. And so you learn wisdom by taking a shot. Without taking a shot, you learn nothing in life. You don't get anywhere. Impossible. You see what I'm saying? So, this Solana, look, this just kept falling to the downside. Didn't make a double bottom. We speculate, we watch. The Swift made some gains, came back down. Interesting. That bearish divergence up there, just like this one. And then you go sideways maybe. And I'm just building opportunity all the time. I'm just constantly building opportunity. There's opportunity every day in the market, all the time. Constant. Look, there's the short for XRP, and now it's flagging. XRP short dump with Bitcoin. That's going to follow Bitcoin closely. Link short. That's how my buddy was I believe he was short in Link yesterday for gains. And look, the shoulder head and the little mini shoulder there. Boom, you're gone. You know? Making a rounded bottom. We keep talking about CEEK. CEEK's staying in this pattern. It's doing its thing. And you're not going to be perfect. See how I just tweaked it? You just keep tweaking the pattern. You're not going to be perfect. Just keep watching it. It does have some hidden bullish divergence because this is swinging up, but the RSI is swinging down here. Just something to think about. And I'll do my own scans in a second. Look at the average watch time, 22:22. It's always the 22 lately on the 2022. I can't figure out what's going on, but it's just been like that. And I always saw 333. It was always 333, never 22. But the last, like, ever since 2022 came around, the number, you know, it's the number we hit, or it's something that's happening, or I look at, you know, it's just weird. So remember, we got a flag for XVG. We got a bunch of ideas. If you wrote down everything we went over today, you got a bunch of plans and ideas in the future. Some, you know, you got a Bitcoin short that's possible you might want to work on. And the thing is, what you do is you set up all these possible probabilities, then you set up points of control. And if you break a point of control, that possibility is more likely to play out. If you don't, that possibility is less likely to play out. And that's it. That's what trading is. And that's why, like, I may show something on the live, and then an hour later we may be short. That's why you must be in the trading group, because the trading group is really going to be the key. Because we're going to figure out what we need to do at the last second, last minute, and that's going to be the move, right? And we know all the coins, and we know where to search the coins. We know how to find the coins. We know how to get the data. And I have taught so many people how to find coins too. So you're with 630 people that know what they're doing. All right. We're going to take a look at Bitcoin, and then we're going to get out of here for the day, everybody. Shout out to everybody here. Thank you for jumping on in. I appreciate each and every one of you for being part of the live stream, calling yourself crypto lifers, and being with the lifer. So we did get the breakout on the 5. Little bit of a move here. That is a double bottom, trying to move up, but you're getting overbought. Tell you right now, like, and look, we're forming the pattern as we're here together. Like, no one knows the exact pattern. Look, that's a rising wedge now. See? Yes, it's a double bottom. I expected to come and hit this area, but it doesn't mean it's guaranteed. All right? Now your measured move is a little lower, like this, to 20,005 again, which is that next point of control. How interesting. This is pretty range bound for other coins. They can pop. We'll be looking for coins for each and every one of you throughout the day. I'll be finding the hottest coins. If you're struggling, if you're losing money in this market, I can help you. I can show you how to use technical analysis, not to use your emotions to get wrecked. You can get an education. You can be changed forever. It's $99 a month. I'm telling you. And if you want to just throw the $99 to learn the first beginner's course, which I think is a great idea, jump on into the beginner's course, okay? It is every single Tuesday from 3 to 5. Learn the language of the charts. Everybody says that after the beginner's course, they come to the live stream, and the live stream makes even more sense to them. It's an amazing, amazing time. So, everybody, thank you so much for being here. Please comment, like, and subscribe. Hit the bell for notifications. You can find out when I post my next video. And remember, if you came to the channel, then you're already doing the right thing. I want to leave you guys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, with this. Nobody knows how great you are. Only you truly know how great you are. You have such an amazing life ahead of you. You have such an amazing destiny. If you can grab that brass ring and go after what makes you you, find out what makes you tick, find your passion, go after it. Just go after it. I have a super chat. He's like, you have a super chat. Nah, honestly, I may have to wait, man. I had a good ending. I feel like I shouldn't have been interrupted. Phantom, possible head and shoulders. Yeah, but Phantom's just going to follow Bitcoin, dude. You know what I'm saying? I already did Bitcoin, and you're going to see Phantoms doing the same thing. You don't even need to, like, you know? It's like going to do the exact same thing. If Bitcoin dumps, you're going to see Phantom dump. Pretty simple. All right, look. You have the rising wedge that you fell out of twice. Like, it's the same thing. Look, shoulder, head. There's a shoulder there, too, and that could dump to the downside. See that? Slanted head and shoulder. Could be trying to make a falling wedge. And you got to go to the 5 minute to see what's happening. The 5 minutes making this rising wedge just like Bitcoin. It's about to dump. Just watch Bitcoin, all right? It's going to tell you what's going to happen to Phantom. They're directly related, all right? Bitcoin runs the show when it comes to the big chip, the blue chip coins, all right? If I give you a Bitcoin analysis, it's basically the Phantom analysis, the dot analysis. You know, they're going to be pretty similar, all right? All right, everyone, thank you so much for being here. Please comment, like, and subscribe. Hit the bell for notifications. Let me get back in my mode. All right. Nobody can tell you how great you're going to be. I'm telling you, I used to sit at work and be like, man, I know I can start a company worth billions of dollars. I know I can change the world. I know I'm going to do something big and great. But then I see all these big businessmen, and I'm like, but I don't go to business seminars. I don't meet these people. I'm in an office by myself. How do I become this person that I dream of being? And it's like, you know, you start one day at a time with a plan. You get disciplined. You start drinking the lemon water. You start working out. You take your life very seriously. You stop wasting time with people that are wasting their time. And then next thing you know, you're going to attract people that get things done. You're going to attract productive people into your life. Your life is going to take a whole new meaning, and things are going to move at the speed of light. I'm telling you right now, if you jump into my trading group, you're going to be around 630 people that are changing their lives and truly believe they can. And that's the difference. It's not just a group where people believe they can make some money. It's a group where people believe they're going to change their lives forever. I love you all. Have a wonderful day. Be safe. Crypto is life. Thank you. And the awkward moment at the end. But honestly, everyone, I couldn't do this without each and every one of you. Thank you so much for showing up every single day. My attitude is constant gratitude. I'm going to pray right now at the end of this and thank God for a wonderful live stream. Thank each and every one of you for showing up. And I'll see you all in the next live stream tomorrow at 10 a.m. Crypto is life. You can, you will, you are the best. You're going to do it. You're going to do it. You're going to do it. I'm telling you right now. Have no fear. Get rid of fear. It is no place in your life. Vibrate at the highest frequency and live in love. You're going to get it done. I'm telling you, you're going to get it done. You're going to get it done. Have no fear.